Hi everyone. I'm sorry I'm a little late. I was supposed to go live a little bit earlier. But we're going to go ahead and hop into the energy of the things to get into the things, child. So for some, before I got up here, I got the inkling feeling that for some that hold on, that the energy was that you felt that you couldn't get to a certain realm of understanding with God because of the taboo things that was sought after by man instead of seeking God and understanding what his knowledge is and what his understanding is. And that's why I think he, to me, said that certain things in the Bible was like forbidden because people didn't understand it because he wasn't back there, but because he wasn't, we weren't privy to the understanding of his, of the specific nature to his liking. So, I ended up realizing that um, you, because like I said, I was in the energy, you were in the process of moving forward in something. You were in the process of traveling beyond where your physical body you would think could be. And you were in different rooms that you didn't know that you were already in because of the simple fact that you moved accordingly to the Lord's plan, but you just didn't see it that way because the Lord didn't give you that inclination. To go ahead and hop into the reading, I pulled out one of my decks, the clarifying love situations, because it seems like somebody or something, but if you can tell by the title, you need to cleanse your energy from. Now, this person could be a family member, a co-worker, whatever. Take what resonates with you, but doesn't. Your discretion is advised. If you're under the age of 18, please get off here. As I was saying, you were in the energy of trying to be prosperous and to be fruitful and multiply, and not in just the ways of sexual energy. So you ended up finding a path that was less traveled by, the road less traveled by. I've always stuck with me. One of my teachers said that. Shout out Miss Little. And you've seen past this situation being more than just what it was for face value. And I think with the unlock the gate, you open a new door and a new pathway that created more for you, because that was one of the cards that kept popping out with this deck actually. So let's see what's going on. 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 For the Divine Collective. Divine Counsel, what's going on for the Divine Collective? Two cards came out. Finding forever. You had to find out which, 3, 2, 1 as I say this, which God you serve. And now I know what God I serve. But also you have to remember that this is a white patriarchy, right? So some of the things were motivated to bring certain notions and certain civilization in the civilization, or civilness in the civilization. But we got leadership here. Then I just say that this is motives. This is motives behind this. If this is a late night reading, it's going to be probably explicit later on. So just if you're already in here and watching this later, just be conscious of the warning, because I will be getting and delving deep into what is happening, not just with your current situation with a past person or a past job, but it's going to be just the general energy of where the current globe is sitting at, okay? So with finding forever, you had to find your path that was less traveled by, as I just said, so that you can get to a point of having infinite possibilities and learning infinite understanding, because you dare to dream. You dare to do big things. 443, as I say that. You could be seeing synchronistic numbers. You could be seeing 333, 444. Those numbers could be significant. It says leadership, where it says dominate in spirit, fueled by pride, yet true control lies in wisdom's embrace. You embrace the thought of God being able to channel, you embrace the thought of being able to channel with God and being able to get into his energy, get into his word, get into his prophecies, get into his covenant, get into his understanding with the ticking clock, because you know that certain things are happening because of the simple fact that God already said it was going to happen. And when God said something, it happened. So you ended up with the ticking clock. You ended up having to choose a side, and you chose God's side. You chose the side that you felt was calling your name. It wasn't about who was going to be right or wrong, because you already had seen it with the crossing over. We got crossing over out of here. You bridged the gap between you and the Lord with trust. Because that is the main thing that makes a relationship, which is trust and communication and clarity. And understanding as well. What else is going on? Oh, it says delicate balance. You had to learn to understand what balance signified in your life. And you weren't about to let anything that was of the past in this past situation to bring up the fog, because that's just what the energy what I got, to bring up fog in your life and to bring up a divergent energy towards you and the Lord with the enduring quest, because you're on a different path, you're on a different timeline, you're in a different mindset. And it says, through struggle, build the stamina to uncover and stand by your truth. You had to follow your truth and follow what it is that God was guiding you to. And you weren't like passively aggressive about it. It seemed like you were just motivated. It seemed like it was a sense of motivation. It was like a fire was lit under you. Like you felt like at one point the rug was swept from under you, and you ended up with strong roots having to get yourself back grounded, because you felt like you were too high up in the air. You were on cloud nine. You were too of the world, trying to seek it from God's point of view instead of seeking it from self, because God has already has his position. He don't need you to do his job. What is finding forever and leadership's lure? What is that? Oh my goodness, these cards are popping out crazy. With the shining sign, you could be seeing signs and synchronicities, as I said, 747, as I say that. It says, trust in the universe's plan and follow your heart. You ended up trusting in who you believe in the faith that you process and you follow, so that you can get to a point of realizing that with the flickering passion, that you have a passion in something that is beyond what can meet the human eye. You believe in God, you believe in the faith, you believe in the understanding, and you weren't allowed to do that maybe as a kid, but now that you're grown, you realize you can change the world just with your mindset, just with your belief. And so now God is leading you back to him, because he has said that you are one of his chosen ones. You are one of the warriors. You are one of the ones that needs to be to seek the faith, because that's the only way, that's the only thing that's going to heal you in this place that brings us down and that brings oppression amongst the people. With the entangled at the bottom of the deck. And it says, establish and communicate your own boundaries. And that's what I was just talking about. Communication, clarity, understanding, and then it was communication, clarity, understanding, and something else. I just forgot. I'll watch it later. But laid to rest. It was some sort of energy that was put to rest because you gave it to the Lord. It was some sort of energy that you put to rest because it seems like it's a person, especially with flickering passions. You had to go on your own journey of the past and see that it wasn't your future. You had to seek God to make your future become a thing. You had to manifest a new life. You had to understand that the things were created for you to bring you down, and the things that were made to you or made to your liking was to make it be taken away. And God doesn't take anything away that he gives you unless you're not obeying his law and obeying his covenant. So you ended up with the wild at heart, realizing that you had to tame your energy. You had to tame this flickering passion because you couldn't stay steadfast in his word and in his understanding. An airplane is going by in order to get to a point of what he wanted for you, because you were simply too busy and fixated on the things that the world was allowing and the world was offering, and the trends and the things. With the wild at heart, with the fiery balance, you had to balance yourself out. You had to get to an energy of turbulence. You were in the energy of turbulence, and you had to get into the energy of balancing yourself out, because your masculine and your feminine was imbalanced, and now it is more balanced than it's ever been before. Let's see what's going on for the collective. Inner compass. This card comes out in the upright. Inner compass. We got inner compass. Oh, it's 2 cards. We got inner compass and frozen heart, and then it's a card on the side over here. We got inner compass and open and frozen heart. So it says, trust your instincts to lead you into the right direction. You're trusting yourself. You're trusting the things. You're trusting the Lord, but you're trusting your intuition that the Lord gave you, so that you can get to a point of getting out of this turbulence. Oh, that was a card in the thing with the lone path. You had to take a path of your own so that you could get out of the energy of feeling like you had to be this energy vampire on what I was getting earlier, that was trying to, you had to be with this energy vampire that was trying to take your energy and blood suck, because they were cold-blooded. And you turned into this person that you've never seen before, and you were an empath, and you had warmth, and you had true connection. So you ended up not allowing, it says, pull the weeds of resentment, and so your love can bloom. You ended up with frozen heart, getting back into your roots and balancing out the things of nature and natural selection, because God selected you. God chose you to be the one to take this path and get out of the energy of going on the path that everybody travels, going on the path that everybody wants to get on, going on the path that everybody wants to go to, because it loves the skies. It's a freak fest is what I'm getting. It's a fest of wanting to turbulence. Back to turbulence. I'm taking this card. It's back to turbulence and magic within. It's back to turbulence and magic within. It's within self. It's not within what man wants for you. It's what God wants for you. And you're not, you weren't at one point in time facing your fears. And that's what I just seen a show. I don't remember off the top of the dome what the name of it was. But it was talking about how you had to face your fears. And beyond compare, you had to go beyond your comfort zone is what I just heard. You had to go beyond your comfort zone. It says turbulence. Hold on. It says lone path, needing to take time out or be on your own for a while. So you had to take this path and take this energy to increase your stability mentally, physically, or emotionally, or maybe all of them, to get to a situation of getting back that inclination that you used to get when you were a kid, to get back to that inclination to get back when you were a young teenager or something like that is what I'm hearing. But it says turbulence because you were in the energy of needing to heal unsolved conflicts with kindness, not anger. You were healing, you were trying to heal through anger instead of trying to heal through grace, trying to heal through peace. And those are things that most people seek after when they get on the spiritual journey. So you just are now getting back on the understanding of you were going through a dark night of the soul and you're just coming out of it because you saw the magic within with the whirlwind. You had to see beyond what you seen in the mirror because you knew it was something better. You were a better version of yourself in the future. It says, don't compare your love to anyone else. It's unique. You had to show love within yourself. Hey Tracy, hello, how are you? You have to show love within yourself. Ooh, long path on the foot because they came out first, I think. With the Spirit Speaks. I can't make this up. Spirit Speaks. You had to get back in tune with who you are. Because with turbulence and long path, it was like you needed to get back and to talk to God. Because you couldn't see with the swept away that people were trying to sweep your energy under the rug as if you were nothing and you were worth more. You were worth more. You were worth more than people were trying to make you be perceived as. And so you went on a whole spiritual journey with resembling ruins and found the things that was making you lose your faith, lose your sight of God. and you ended up with the moonlit unity, it was this person. It was some sort of person that was known to do magic, known to do spell work on people, or maybe on you, and nobody. At the bottom of the deck, when no one was at your side, when no one was at your aid, this person was there, but they were there as a mindfuck. Excuse my language, Lord, I repent. They was there as a ploy or a pawn to try and keep you for the energy that they wanted to keep you in, so that they can cipher from your energy. And clouded vision. Didn't I just say that? That's the Indian part right there. And the lover's disguise. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. With Scorpius, this person is childish. But what I'm saying is, this person trying to come in, and I said this in my last reading, y'all can go check that out. It seems like this person or this energy or this group or this coven was trying to make it seem like with secret desires, like the people that you met was supposed to be the people that were supposed to be in your life. And for some reason, they were trying to control the outcome of what God had in your life. And that couldn't happen because God trumps magic. God stampedes anything that is against the will of God, because God is will. God is willpower in general. So with these secret desires to keep you stuck and stagnant, to keep you out of your energy, it was as if with the clouded vision that you couldn't see that this love of sixth realm energy was trying to get you in the demonic ideology or the demonic mindset, and God already had anointed you at childbirth, so it wasn't working the way that they thought. That's why it was going to this person, and that's why this person is evil, because of the simple fact that with Scorpius, this person was too immature to see the perspective of the life that you went through, because they only wanted to focus on the life that they were at and the life that y'all were going to. But y'all can heal each other and heal the wounds and heal the understanding of the childhood trauma that y'all both had separately if y'all are together being tumultuous. What's going on? With the emptiness echoes, because it's going to create some sort of energy that is going to make you feel like, oh, I need you, I want you, and it's not creating nothing but absence. It says, in absence, filling the lonely spaces, yearning for comforting presence. And that's the energy, as if like you might as well have taken the lone path in the first place, because you were already alone. You were with someone, but you weren't with them. You were in a house, but a house is still a house when no one's there. Just like a chair is a chair, and it's going to always be a chair, even when there's no one sitting there. A house is going to be a house whether you live in it or not. A house going to be sturdy unless something come through and shake that shit up. And that's the energy that it's giving me. You were the house regardless if this person lived in it or not. You were going to have the floorboards. You were going to have the foundation. You were going to have the lighting. You were going to have all of the things that you needed equipped with the right type of everything, because God blesses you in that manner. But for some odd reason, with consumed, you got engulfed with the energy that this person was trying to ooze out when it wasn't in them, it was on them, because of these people feeling that putting magic on them would eventually transfer to you, but you're anointed. So how is that going to work? What else is going on? With the moon dreamer, keep on dreaming. Keep on dreaming, because this is the energy of this person still crying in sorrow and heartache and pain, sitting looking stupid, trying to figure out why in the world did this magic not work? Why in the world is this not happening in the right way that I thought it was going to happen? And then in reality, it says love illuminates even the darkest of corners. This person was living out of lust. He wasn't living, she wasn't, this is feminine energy actually. They weren't living in the agape love that God gave to all men. Because what they fail to realize is it depends on what you do with the love that God gives you, that he might have to take some of that love away because you can't understand it, neither can you control it. So it's as if this person was trying to control your anointedness, but they couldn't even control the love that God gave them. So how are you going to learn from somebody that God put into your life? Magnetic faith. I can't make this up. Magnetic faith. in order to get you to a place of better, in order to get you to a place of understanding, so that you can hurt them. That's not how God works. God doesn't operate like that with prickly defenses. God doesn't work like that. So God put up a barrier around you of more anointedness, because you already had been going through childhood trauma as a kid. You already was going through people messing with you and bothering you when you was little. So it was as if with the stillness remnants, you had to remember why God had you on this earth in the first place. And I think for me, with Between the Lines, you sought after God and seeing what he meant for you and what you had to do. You had to learn from yourself, because it was a looming agendas for you to be on your downfall with this group of this coven. It says, uncover the truth carefully and write your own ending. You're telling your story and telling your truth in some way, shape, or form with the poker face, and people can't decipher how to make you out. People can't seem to fathom why you're anointed. People can't dance of souls. People can't seem to understand or tackle the niggling feeling that is haunting them with the wild at heart. Didn't I show y'all this first card at first? This is one of the first few cards that popped out. And then Consume, all of these cards popped out, but I ain't taking them. Consume at the bottom of the deck. It says, extinguish doubt by having open communication. One person said, communication is our partner, but clarity is our friend. And I think I don't credit the writer. I was about to say his last name. With the hanging on. Somebody thought that you were going to come back towards them, and this is weird, but somebody thought that you were going to come back towards them because you had some sort of bond with them, or you had some sort of understanding, but they created a cloud of judgment for you. So how am I supposed to, as a person of wisdom and no ill will intended, am supposed to move and maneuver with somebody that doesn't want me to maneuver or move? That's how I just heard it. With the beloved wisdom. That's how I just heard it. That's how I just heard it. You see what it is that was going on with this person, so you sought after the Lord. And it says, love is a choice you make every day, so choose wisely. You chose the Lord with the inner fog, because when you were with this person was causing fog for you. This person was causing some sort of, I just had said something about this person created a fog in your life. This person created you to God created you to feel emotions, and they try to seek a evil entity to try and take that away from you, is what I just heard. I didn't know where I was going with that at first, but it seemed literally as if with the consume, this person wanted you to be consumed by them. They could have went to a practitioner who went to evil deities with the shadowed waters. This person could have done mirror or water magic to try and keep you stuck and stagnant with the devotion with devotion blooms, and it only created energy for you to transmute. It says nurture both blossom and thorns with tenderness, because it's always two as I say that, but it was 23, 22. I mean, so. It's as if somebody was trying to keep you out of balance. Wow. Somebody was trying to keep you out of balance because of the blossoming that you were creating. They were trying to make you feel prickly, make you feel like you couldn't bask in the Lord's energy that God gave you, because nobody was ever going to understand you. Nobody was ever meant to understand you but the Lord and the people that He puts in your life. Because of the simple fact that if you think about it, when you think about it, with the truth unveiling, I can't make this up. When you think about it, why would God put people in your life for you not to learn? The whole point of being on earth is to learn and to understand wisdom. So some people are meant for your good, and some people are meant to make a statement for them to understand, whoever you are, that they're not meant to be in your life, especially with deeper waters. With deeper waters, it's as if some people be trying to have deep relationships with people that can't swim, is what I just heard. People be trying to have deep relationships. It says step out of your comfort zone. And that's the energy that you had to get out of. You had to go into, you can't do surface level stuff all the time. And certain people can't keep conversations unless it's up about them. And so you had to step out of your comfort zone and explore new depths, because they were surface level swimmers. They only knew how to float. You knew how to swim. So you had to get up out of this energy with future embrace, and it reversed itself. You had to get out of this energy with future embrace, so that when the things came to you, it says seize prospects Absorb wisdom and spring into action for your ambitions. You had to get back into action and get back into the Lord's wisdom so that you can get to your manifestations and your goals that God wanted for your life in the first place, that you already seen for yourself and seen the visions and seen the understanding and couldn't quite put together why you knew what you knew and how you could put the stuff together. But the only thing you can explain was God, because God was watching you the whole time. With the silent reminiscence, now you're just reminiscing or thinking about all the things that God has done for you. Amid the uncertainty, love has the power to rebuild trust. You put your trust and your faith and your love back in the Lord, and He is blessing you tremendously, is the energy that I'm getting. Because you let go of these red flags and you cleanse your energy from these negative Nancy's, from these Mr. Bobs and Mrs. Things. Like, you're not allowing certain energy to make you feel like you can't be abundant in the energy that God gave you. Okay. Hey everybody. Hi Penny. I hope everybody's doing okay. Welcome all back to the FaceTime Besties podcast and also the hostess page. Peace and Asiyryň. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you are new here, please like, comment, share, and or subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you get notified when I post. This YouTube is about spirituality, reality, comedy, and holistic healing. If you like any of those few things, please be sure to stay tuned. I have so much more where that came from. And that just lets me know that you like my content and you want me to get out there more to other people like yourself, and we can build a tribe and build a family. And what's wrong with seeing your girl? Like, you want to see me, right? Like, okay, hold on. Because, girl, I ain't up here for my good health, honey. I'm up here to help people and get my understanding as well. Because, like you said, it's so interesting to have different people from all over the world to come in and just tell their stories and to tell what it is that they have going on and what they've been through. And it's so astonishing how you're still here and you still get through it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, thank you so much, Tracy. So, let's see what's going on. I don't even know what the deck to use. Oh, I got her. Yeah, let's see if she works. With the strength card, yeah, you have shown resilience in something. And not letting the things that was meant to hinder you actually do that, because it was now null and void, and it was already in null and void. But the problem was they were still trying to send the magic, and not just but something changed. What is it that's going on with the Ten of Wands? I can't make this up. I cannot make this up. This energy is very ripe. I didn't even have to pull her. These my sidekicks for real. With the daggone Ten of Wands, you had somebody tried to put some of their burdens onto you and make you walk in their shoes because they didn't understand how you thought. And that's crazy how I just picked that up. With the Two of Swords in reverse, it was as if somebody was trying to prove a point or trying to make it seem like you were wrong in a situation. And two people can be right at one time. And I just said this once I did my whole spiel before I got up here. So it was as if, and I've been sitting in the energy for a couple hours. I just didn't get up here. But it's literally as if whatever was happening with the daggone Two of Swords back at the bottom of the deck and the Judgment card, God had to seek, you sought out to God. And God seeks for you as well because you were one of His chosen ones. What's going on? With the Strength card, I can't make this up, whole different card. With the Strength card, you had to show your resilience and that you would like Christ. With the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands, I can't make this up. This came out in the last spread in a whole completely different deck. You had to get into the energy that God wanted you to be in because He's the one that brings stability. He's the one that brings motivation. He's the one that brings understanding. He's the one that wants trust, and that's all He wants. And y'all, and some people, the cross watchers, still feel like that they can one up God, when in reality, the Justice card, He's gonna always be balanced, and regardless or not, whether you're here living or dead, God is still going to be God in every realm. With the Empress, that's why you're on the path that you're on, because you know who God is. You're on the path that you're on because you know who God is. You saw it for yourself, and you sought Him after you saw it for yourself. With the Queen of Cups, The Queen of Wands, mind you, the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Wands popped out together. And then right after the Queen of Wands, the Justice card came out, right? And now if you look at the Justice card, somebody had an inkling feeling about you. God had an inkling feeling about you. But he knew that he invested a lot into you. So he don't want you to think that what other people are saying about you and doing to try and get into that bulb and that idea that God made, that image that God made, he don't want nobody to think for a second that the light that exudes from you can be tamed by magic. And that's why the Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups popped out, because the Empress had already popped out. The Empress was already here. So you have balanced not only your feminine, but your masculine energy, because you're getting into the King of Pentacles, because you're walking in the light of God. And God is the King of Pentacles energy. And the Hierophant with the Queen of Pentacles. I can't make this up. And that card flipped out. If y'all just seen it, that card flipped out. I didn't even try and get that card. All three of the damn queens are here. I don't need the fourth one, because you already set up the boundaries. You've already gone after your own goals. You've already done the things that you needed to do. And you're going to continue to do it, because God instilled that into you. It's not just, you can't walk in it if you ain't in it. If it ain't in you, you can't walk in it. Not for long, you can't. It's about endurance. It's not about mass accumulative over a quick period of time. Mass accumulation over a quick period of time. My hand is going on. Because right now, child, somebody's trying to stop the message from happening with the Seven of Cups. Somebody's trying to cause illusions over here. And I rebuke that and return it right back to sender instantly. Because you're not going to come nothing and do nothing over there. With the Eight of Swords, yep, this probably this low vibrational person that was trying to be toxic and tumultuous, or not even tumultuous, toxic and torture. This person was trying to torture you. This person was trying to torture you with the Five of Pentacles and the damn Eight of Swords. This person was trying to daggone make you feel like, oh, I feel like we supposed to be friends, or we supposed to be cool, and you left me out in the cold and left me when I didn't, and yada 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 yada. And now you had to go to something that was better, because whatever was happening was supposed to happen, and somebody just didn't realize that with the Knight of Cups, because you're already the Queen of Cups. You have evolved from this person's energy, so you couldn't fake the funk with the Five of Pentacles. Then the Five of Pentacles just pop out, so you had to let this person go. You had to let this person go. You couldn't let this person come back into your energy, and God and showed you constantly that they ain't meant to be in your life. You had to show that with the Five of Wands. You had to let this person go, because this person was causing nothing but conflict in your life. This person was causing nothing but conflict in your life. Hold on, let me get another deck to clarify what it is that's going on with your energy. Hold on. Let's see. With the Temperance card, that's the energy that it is. With the Temperance card, you are balanced. You have seen, I'm going to get back to that later. Just give me a second. But you balance out what it is that was supposed to be done with the daggone Three of Pentacles, because you work with the Lord and let go of all of your fears and your burdens. I can't make this up. I cannot make this up, y'all. This is not just me doing this. This is the dear Heavenly Father speaking through me, and all of his angels and ancestors are protecting me at this moment. So when you feel the energy, you feel it. If you don't feel the energy, then this message may not be for you, but this is probably for a select few people that are going to come across this, because sometimes you gotta not keep a secret, but sometimes you gotta keep something close to your heart because it means that much to you. Sometimes you gotta have that faith in God because he done did all the stuff for you. Not even just because he did all the stuff for you, but sometimes because he just died. What else do you need? I'm still here. I don't really need nothing, because I know God gonna bless me. But I know that I don't need the blessing because he is blessed. He's blessed. He is the blessing in himself. And I'm thankful to be in accordance to his word and his understanding beyond what it is that man may perceive. Because, and based on perception and based on researching, you can only get so far nowadays, especially in the English language. So with the Page of Pentacles, somebody was trying to take your path and take it and make it their own. And now they're called, this is like mini devil energy to me. This person was trying to become the jack of all trades. And the master of one, the master of all is a master of none. Wait, is that how it goes? Is that the saying? The master of one is a master of, wait, whatever. Y'all look that saying up. Y'all know what I'm saying. Because I don't even remember. But the energy is with the Eight of Pentacles, you are well versed in multiple things, while the Page of Pentacles puts all of their eggs in multiple baskets, expecting for one of them to hatch and grow and be bigger than what they were. And so the problem with that is the ideology of thinking with the Six of Cups that you're teaching the right message based off of your preconceived notions and based off of your own personal background. So how do you know based off of the general understanding of what the Lord is and who he has done for and what he has done for the people is going to, what is that showing you? That is showing you that right now that God in this moment is trying to showcase some sort of proper understanding, because with the Six of Cups and the Strength card, it's as if, let me slow down, it's as if you had to seek self, and instead of making something beyond you that you can't tame properly, because you can't tame a person, especially if you're having a child, you went back into self. You went back into the things of understanding what self was, and it led you right back to God, because God made you. And so God invested all of that anointedness on you, and he's not going to let it go to waste. So you had to reevaluate with the Hangman and change the perspective. You had to rethink what it is that was going on. Let me get an in-game card. With the Four of Cups, and leave behind anything that was not serving the Lord or you in the certain situation or the certain circumstance that was causing you to feel like, oh nah, like this doesn't make sense to me. I don't think it, and God don't bless, don't mess, and this ain't nothing but confusion. And that's why you on that one. That's why you're on that one. Because whatever this person was trying to do, whatever this mindset this person was trying to make you perceive, it went into null and void because it didn't make sense. But you just played along, you just played dumb for a little bit, and then when you realized this person wasn't going to change, when you realized this person was a liar, when you realized this person was different, you had to get out of that energy. You had to show him, mind you, I got the Temperance card with the Hangman and the Hierophant. 3 cards to clarify each other. Let's start there. Nothing but major arcana has really popped out since, and the Hierophant's already out here. So God is speaking to the congregation through me, because of the simple fact that you changed your trajectory of your destiny. I said this in the last reading. You changed the trajectory of your destiny by believing in the Lord and meditating and not taking forth anything that wasn't serving the Lord or you. You had to let it go. You had to walk past it because of the things that was an illusion. This was an illusion. All the pages give me kind of like toxic energy because they haven't evolved. So with this person was learning to be a manipulator, and trying to siphon your energy through sex magic, and it didn't work. So now they're sitting here looking cold-blooded because they can't get past you, and they want to understand why you walked away from them. Well, what's the point of me explaining that if all of the things happen and you are still moving forward? You are still moving forward, regardless. So you're not allowing this energy of this person to think in their right mind that they can just come in with the Seven of Swords, the Seven of Wands, and feel like they can be defending you or being defensive because you don't want to be with them. You don't want to talk to them. Things have changed. Things have altered. Don't sit there and try like we can be friends and we can be cool when you done grimy stuff to me. You did grimy stuff for me. Somebody could have stole from you. Somebody could have took something from you. Somebody could have tried to take your energy. Like I said, trying to energy swap. Destiny swap, because it's not even destiny swap. People trying to take people's energy now with the King of Pentacles, but God sees all. And now that you have seen that God sees all, you are now giving the battle to the Lord. You've been giving the battle to the Lord, and now this person is stuck in the same energy that they were trying to get you in 4004, as I say that. With the Seven of Pentacles, because you are growing, you are elevating beyond what this person expected for you. And you have seen with the daggone Three of Swords and the Page of Swords, not to let the heartache be your bad news, not to let the heartache and the pain and the struggle be your story. You had to be the breaking news. You had to change the trajectory. That's why that first card was says create your own ending. You had to create your story. You had to create your own belief. You had to create your own path. You had to just follow the faith of the Lord and follow that understanding so that you can confirmation. Somebody trying to get me to stop saying this because you were tired of juggling. You were tired of juggling the energy of knowing when God was coming, when this person was coming, when that was coming, when you just started following your intuition. You let God just speak to you without you having to necessarily speak to him in the way that you're used to speaking to him. And some people could be evolving beyond just getting into, this is just who I believe in, but some people could be getting into like Indian culture and stuff like that is what I'm getting, to see what it is that's going on with the Knight of Pentacles, and it's growth happening in your understanding. It's growth happening in your knowledge. But you have to be careful because you might get stuck in overthinking about certain knowledge and understanding when you need to take heed and go into where? The Lord. Go into your safe haven, go into your safe space so that you can get to a point of understanding beyond what man will think or what man will know. Okay. That was the second spread, y'all. We're about to go ahead and get into something else. Let's see. I use the bathroom down, so I don't even know if I'm going to be up here for long. I'm probably going to be up here for like maybe another 20 minutes and then I'm going to get off. I use the bathroom, and I can't hold my feet for long. Let's see. Let me just be pleased and I'm going to get off here and I'm going to do it like how I wanted to do it earlier, but it never transpired with Scorpio, the Phoenix Soul. You have transmuted and been the dark Phoenix rising. You have been the dark, you went through a darkness of the soul and you rose from the ashes and came out as a magnificent, beautiful Phoenix. You rose from the ashes and sought after the Lord so that you can bloom anew. With the soul, the same thing at the bottom of the deck with the power play reverse. You knew that the Lord was going to make miracles unfold. You knew that the Lord was going to create break different barriers for you and create something for you. So you had to understand that it's not about what he can do for you, it's what you can do for him. Confirmation. It's not about what he can do for you, it's what you can do for him. And the fact that some people only look and seek after the Lord specifically because of what they can do for you, what he can do for you, because a soulmate energy is not going to work out properly. Because those who work can get paid. Those who work can get paid, and you can't expect the Lord to give you overtime if you're not even coming in to work on time. With the sin, that don't make sense. How you gonna put forth the work and the effort, and you fighting instead of fighting for the covenant and confirmation, fighting for His word? What else is going on for the collective? What else is going on for the collective? With this control and surrender, you had to release the control and surrender to the divine and release and trust the flow. You had to release to the divine and release to the divine counsel and give the energy to them. Because the Lord, where budget in reverse is infinite. The Lord is infinite, and you can't expect people to treat you how don't nobody do you like the Lord. And ain't nobody gonna treat you better than him. That's just is what it is. That's the bottom line, that's the bottom understanding. Especially over here on this channel. With the crossroads in reverse. Like I said, 2 cards upright, 2 cards in reverse. God is not going to lead you astray. God is not going to be deceitful. God's going to tell you like it is, straight up. Literally. Because I'm his child. No shade, and he my son. No shade. I love the Lord. I love the Lord. That's just a little key. Anyway. Because never mind. With the shadow crown, somebody thought that they were going to, with the healing in reverse, try and take and make you evil. And that's not what the intention was at all. So if anybody felt some type of way about that, don't take that with a grain of salt. I was just playing. With the Egypt, these are all reversed. With the Egypt, it seems like as if, and the power play keeps coming out in reverse. And the secrets. Somebody is secret. Clarify secret. What's going on with secret, child? Fight or flight in reverse. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. It was a secret that they didn't want to be in God's rankings. It wasn't a secret it was a secret that they didn't want to be in God's rankings. With deception popping out, somebody thought that they could deceive you by telling you that they were a part of the cosmic order or the cosmic court or the cosmic understanding, I guess is what it is. And they were living in a falsity with the unspoken feelings, because it was a secret that they were actually living in the cosmic evil. That's what that gives me. They're living in the evilness of the cosmos, the far depths and the unreachable depths of trying to make themselves level up, when in reality all it's going to do is bring them down. Clarify, control, and surrender. With the romantic offer, they were just trying to get a one-up on you. They were just trying to get a level up off of you with the patience required, thinking that with time you were going to change, thinking that with certain energies you were going to change, and still you are steadfast on trying to get past this energy of this person trying to talk to you. And the Leo energy. Leo, Aquarius, Gemini, and Scorpio is what I just heard. You can tell I'm tapped in. I ain't even read it. I think I just picked all four different types of the Zodiacs. What's going on? Only thing I didn't pick was a water sign. Actually, that was a water sign. With the forgiveness is needed. This person trying to sway you back into trying to be in their good graces with the chaos magic, because the chaos magic ain't working no more. Y'all see how much chaos that was? With the money mindset, this person's so steadfast in trying to get some money off of you that now they falling out of love with the love of money, because they miss your energy. Because they wanted to be the rebel. They wanted to wear your crown. But now, in all reality, it's a sign of war, because you're prosperous. You're flowing further than they've ever wanted you to be. With Aries and daggone those who work and get paid, and Egypt popping back out. So you could be an Egyptian bloodline. You could have Aries placements. You could have Scorpio placements. You could have Leo placements. You could have Gemini placements. You could have, I didn't do Earth. You could be, I heard Capricorn. You could be a Capricorn. Let's see what's going on. With the Greece, you can have Greece roots too. But it says have faith of a mustard seed. You're seeking the Lord's faith with the open communication, and that's what you're leading to, the communication, because the doors have been opening for you. The doors have been creating for you. And with Greece, you are no longer having to give a person an olive branch to make them understand that at one point in time you loved them. At one point in time you wanted to grow with them and wanted to heal with them. You don't need that energy no more. God has done it for you. Man won't go never do it for you. With the legacy, you had to find your legacy. You had to understand that your legacy was the one that was of God, and you were a part of His legacy. Okay, I don't even want to do this thing right now. Okay, let me just get this. I need to go back in bed, y'all. I hope this message helped. We're about to get the dice to see what's going on with the Zodiac, the astrology, and numbers. Let's see what's going on. We got the Jupiter, We got the number 7, and we got Virgo. Let's see. So those could be placements, those could be repeating numbers, and those could be very important planetary signs or planetary synchronicities in these coming new days. We got the number 12, we got Neptune, and we got Aries. So those could be significant. Let's get one more. We got the number 10, we got Sagittarius, and we got Mars. And it came out like the Mars symbol, which is odd because if you have dice that... Anyway, y'all, if you know, you know. I'm about to get off here. I love you guys so much. I'm about to do the sound healing bow so we can go ahead and get off of here. Let's see. Okay. I hope this helps. I might come on a little bit later and do a little something. I just wanted to let my phone charge for a little bit. Thank you, my love. I hope this really did help y'all. Get off of here. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe. Hit that bell notification so you get notified when I post. I'm your host, Asiyryň. This is the hostess page, Peace Asiyryň, and I'm out. Deuce.